Today's live presentation of high school sports on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you by Generations Bank, Little John and Barbie Orthodontics, D. Santo Propane, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies, and Brad Van Dusen Photography.
Good evening and welcome to Hockey Night on FingerLakes1.com. Today we are live from the Skaneateles YMCA as the away Baldwinsville Bees come to take on the Skaneateles Lakers here on a nice, brisk Tuesday night. We're one game left here in the regular season as the 16-1-1 Bees are here to take on the 14-0 in their division, 18-1 on the year Skaneateles Lakers. My name's Nate Sharman. Next to me is going to be Paul Russo. Paul, a little bit colder here tonight as we were in the basketball arena yesterday. We're here in a hockey rink tonight.
Yeah, but no place to rather be in my mind on a Tuesday night hockey edition, Hockey Night on FingerLakes1.com, right? Can't ask for a better matchup either. Two extremely talented teams, and they're pretty much last tune-up before you get into sectional play, so
that's for sure.
Should be a really good one.
Right, Paul. Sectional play starting here at the end of the weekend, the next week. And before we get started, we dive deep into the metrics here. We just want to remind our listeners here on FingerLakes1.com, they can hear the audio here. You can hop over to the Skaneateles Athletics YouTube page and take a look at the video as well as hearing ourselves here on FingerLakes1.com. So you'll be able to watch the game as well as listen tonight. So we're here just prepped up for a real good game. And as we get into it here with just a couple minutes left, Paul, let's hear you for our keys to the game.
Yeah, the keys to the game tonight. Now, typically sometimes it's easy to pick out maybe certain keys to the game when maybe one team's a little bit better than the other, or maybe you have two, let's call it average or slightly below average teams, right? But sometimes we have a really good team matchup like we do tonight. Sometimes those key to the games are a bit hard to find, but I think I did find at least one.
All right, lay it on me.
Last week when we were up here for Skaneateles, Garrett Krieger scored his 100th career goal. Again, congratulations to him, right? That's the only scoring tally he had in the whole game last week. Only had the one goal, no assist, only just the goal. So for me, the key to the game, at least for Skaneateles, get Krieger going early and get it going often. Keep the foot on the gas pedal. Just because both these teams extremely good on offense, they both average above 5 points a game, and they both only average pretty much a goal a game each. So get it going, keep the pressure on the gas early for the Lakers. And I guess really to be fair, if you're Baldwinsville, it's got to be your key to the game too. Keep the pressure going quick and keep it going. And, you know, I think whoever does that, get it going early and get it going often, should be the one coming away victorious by the time we get out of here tonight.
Agreed 100%, Paul. And one thing that really stuck out to me as I was doing the research today, so we're here, like you said, we were here last week for the game against Oswego, and coming into that game, there were 8-game winning streak for Skaneateles, the Lakers, and I thought that was outstanding to make it that 9 after they took care of Oswego last week. And you look over at, so 9-game winning streak is extremely outstanding for any high school sport, any sport in general, really, Paul. So you take a look over at the Beeville side, and you take a look at their schedule, and I'm looking through it, and they're 16-1-1, so not a lot of losses or ties on the year, and they lost their first game of the season. They lost their first game of the season, haven't lost since, do have a tie in there. So you take a look at that win streak, that point streak, if we have any NHL fans out there, it's pretty outstanding to go that long during a season, to not have any lows, to just keep putting your foot on the gas and be that good for that season by both these teams.
Of course, you mentioned a little bit too. I mean, they both have, in my mind, an extremely important common opponent in Pelham.
Yep.
Number one team in the state, and Skaneateles also in Baldwinsville drew to a draw with them, a tie. So, like I mentioned, I mean, this should be a really exciting game. This is game of the year potential here in my mind in Section 3, Division 2.
I would agree.
Well, obviously it's cross-divisional.
Right.
I kind of misspoke there, but
Yeah, I would agree, Paul. I mean, and they don't play that much. This year they haven't played at all. Last year, a little bit different season due to COVID. You have the first game was in Skaneateles. Skaneateles take a 5-0 win. In that second game, they went to a 1-1 draw. So Baldwinsville looking for a little bit of redemption here, or Skaneateles looking to keep it moving as they have here in the past year.
Of course, you mentioned too. I mean, some of these players could be looking at potentially their second to last game. Some of these seniors, right? You mentioned obviously last year with no postseason play due to the ongoing pandemic, and admittedly the season before in 2020 that was cut short as well, just because of the timing of the pandemic as well. So you know, to me, this really has a lot to be played for in this game.
And as we introduce starters for both teams, I want to take a second to recognize the Skaneateles girls varsity ice hockey team. They were able to take down in Canton this weekend, able to take down and win states, which is pretty incredible. I saw that today. They were able to take down Franklin Academy 3-1 on Sunday to bring home the gold per se, as we're talking Olympics right now. So I think that's pretty cool to see that girls team has been able to take on and get that victory, and the boys are going to be looking to do the same.
Right. I mean, Skaneateles turning into a nice hockey powerhouse. Nice powerhouse here. Section 3, obviously. I mean, the boys program speaks for itself. That girls program getting that third state crown this past weekend. Again, congratulations to them. Extremely great accomplishment for them. Talking to their head coach a little before the game.
Yep.
Really great for the seniors on that team who made it to the finals their freshman year, lost there. A nice redemption arc for them. Again, congratulations to them. It's just a tremendous accomplishment.
And while I was, scrolling through Twitter, I was on the Skaneateles Lakers athletics page, and they were showing pictures of them coming home on the bus. They got the fire trucks out to kind of have a little parade, and I think that's the coolest thing ever.
I mean, there's nothing better. You see, obviously when you get to the professional level, the cities go to the parades, the Tinker Tape parades, and it's so awesome to see the communities here in the Finger Lakes region just take full-fledged advantage of doing something similar for the student athletes.
And as we're going to go to the national anthem here, we're going to take a quick break here on fingerlakes1.com.
Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. That's 80 years that DeSanto Propane has been servicing the community. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business, which is why everyone recommends DeSanto Propane. Choose DeSanto today and see why for 80 years DeSanto Propane has been heating the community with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com or call toll-free 1-800-752-4574 and like DeSanto Propane on Facebook for more tips and info today. DeSanto is celebrating 80 years, and there's never been a better time to switch to propane to fuel your entire house. DeSanto. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Good evening and welcome back to the Skaneateles YMCA as the away Baldwinsville Bees come to take on the Skaneateles Lakers. We are just about ready for puck drop. Actually, we're introducing the starting lineup there before the anthem. Looks like sophomore goaltender, John Shermer will start for the Bees, as well as junior goaltender Chad Lowe going to start for the Skaneateles Lakers.
Yeah, I saw Chad last week in the net against Oswego, and tremendous job in the net. Certainly deserving of one of our stars last week. I think if we had a 4th star, we would have given it to him for sure. But,
I agree there, Paul.
I mean, obviously, really good net minding. Obviously, always plays a key factor in these games. And having a guy like Chad Lowe in the net certainly is a big positive and a boost to have for our team.
So, Paul, as is tradition, you usually go through and describe our uniforms for us. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'll start with Skaneateles. To me, simple way to put it would be kind of like Notre Dame in a way.
Yep.
Blue short, nice off gold, I believe would be the proper term here. Pipe for them with blue lettering and numbering for them. And I know I mentioned pregame Belleville, but really I'm going to actually date myself on this one and say that the Baldwinsville jerseys, if you know about the Binghamton Senators, the B-Sens from way back in the day in the AHL, that's what they really remind me of in a way. Red sweaters were underway here from the Skaneateles YMCA.
As Krieger wins that one, and Major throws it in on goal. Quick save by the goaltender, Shermer. Just 7 seconds into this one, we got a whistle already, Paul.
Shots on net. Getting going early, kind of what I mentioned. You love to see it really. Obviously, like I said, I think if you get going early, then something will give quick.
Shot came off the stick from Jack Torrey as Krieger wins the draw, and he tries to get it back to his defenseman, but it'll just slip right by him. and they'll have to regroup with Falkenberg. Falkenberg passes up the side to Torrey. Torrey will just throw that one in behind the netminder and go chase for it. On the behind his net is Garrett Church now for Baldwinsville, as he's going to cycle that one past to Matt Fawaz. As Fawaz is going to try, but he'll just get it up to Falkenberg. We'll throw it in deep for Skaneateles. First one's back, going to be the Baldwinsville defender, as he's going to look to try to start a breakout here. Opportunity for the Bees. He's going to be successful in that, but Torrey's going to intercept in neutral zone area and just throw that one back in, and try to throw that one back in, however, as it's deflected. That puck will bounce around in the neutral zone as Krieger now will cross over the blue line into the offensive zone. Actually, that was Renaud, excuse me, as that puck gets down in deep, a little bumping and bruising down low as the puck's going to head up to the half wall as Skaneateles and Baldwinsville now fight for it. Shot from the high slot area by Skaneateles is going to go wide. That shot came off the stick of Andrew Gaglione as that one just went wide. Now both teams are going to fight for it in the near side corner.
Somebody lost a mitt down there.
Gloves flying off, but that puck's going to be whistled around the boards by Keegan Lynch of Baldwinsville, but it's going to be kept in, however, by Skaneateles as a nice play on the defensive end there to keep that puck in bounds for Skaneateles. Puck's going to bounce off of Baldwinsville, stick all the way to the other side of the ice for Skaneateles as they're going to have to kind of recoil with it. Pass is going to go a little bit too far, but they're going to call no icing as that one deflected off a stick of Skaneateles. Puck's going to go down in deep as Gaglione's going to work in there for Skaneateles. Gaglione fighting along with Braden Pennifer-Stevenson for Baldwinsville. Pennifer-Stevenson will come up with it in the left side corner. He's going to fight with it now with Jack Weeks of Skaneateles as Weeks tried to center that pass for his defenseman out on the other point, but that's going to go too far and just roll back into the Baldwinsville area.
Skaneateles again doing a really great job keeping the puck inside the Baldwinsville zone so far tonight. Kind of similar to last week with Oswego.
As Skaneateles is going to now take it now in the neutral zone and look to try to enter Baldwinsville territory, and they will. As that's number 2, Sean Kerwick now with it battling as he passes to a teammate and gets it up to the point area. Shot from the point is going to be deflected in front and blocked by Baldwinsville as they're going to head the other way. And we got a delayed penalty on Skaneateles. Baldwinsville's Reese Gilmore is going to head down with it and try to throw a shot on goal, but it's going to go too far. First one there is going to be a Baldwinsville player. Skaneateles looking to check it up, and now they do touch it, however, and looks like they're going to head to the penalty kill.
Oh, we got one here. I couldn't quite tell where it was. I had busy paying attention to a couple players who were down on the ice.
Looks like they're going to get McGowan for Skaneateles. I believe it's going to be a tripping call.
You'd be right, Aiden McCowan.
I believe he signaled trip. So Baldwinsville going to head to the power play. Going in to take the draw is going to be Keegan Lynch for Baldwinsville as he loses that one. Coming up with it now is Skaneateles as they look to just fire it down the other side of the ice, and they will successfully. As starting now, going to have to be Baldwinsville on their own power play behind their own goaltender. Looks to be Penifender-Stevenson back there, looking to set up behind the net. Stevenson comes out the right side of his net, but he'll have to recoil around and throw that puck along the wall as a good forecheck by Skaneateles. However, it makes Baldwinsville have to start over again with Penifender-Stevenson. Stevenson gets the puck back behind his goal as he looks to leave outside the goal mouth. He'll get up to Reese Gilmore. Gilmore will flick that one up to Siapa. Siapa enters the zone. He throws a shot on goal. It'll go wide. First one there is going to be Gilmore for Baldwinsville as they look to set up their power play. As Siapa just tries to throw it back to Gilmore. Siapa's going to come up with it at the blue line. Great play by the Skaneateles defender to block that one out of the zone and force Baldwinsville to start over with Penifender-Stevenson. He'll just throw it in on goal. Lowe is going to be the first one back there for Skaneateles, but that puck's going to trickle on by as Baldwinsville looks to set up here in their offensive possession. First one down there for Baldwinsville is Fawaz as he's going to work down there low with the Skaneateles players. Looks to be Renaud fighting down low for Skaneateles. Coming up with it is going to be Fenwaz as he's going to start the pass. He's going to take a shot from the point. It's going to be deflected and go wide and deflected down to the other side of the ice as Penifender-Stevenson is going to have to start with it for Baldwinsville.
Goes for Renaud taking the dirty job of getting his body in front of the puck and taking the save.
And as you just said it, Renaud with a steal as he's going to enter the offensive zone. Great heads-up play there by the defenseman to intercept that pass as now both teams are going to fight for it in the near side corner. 18 seconds left on the power play. Skaneateles doing a nice job of burning some time here. Looks like we're going to have a delayed call on Baldwinsville. I was not able to see what the call's going to be and who it's going to be on, but we await to see the call here from the referee.
So that should be going against Keegan Lynch, I believe. Him and Renaud were up on the boards there, and Lynch just bodied him up well after the fact. And I believe I think interference will be the call, but I'm not 100% too sure. But, I mean, it was well after the puck had gone by. He gave him a nice little last jab, and fortunately for him, the ref was paying attention.
So 4-on-4 for 9 seconds, and then Skaneateles will go to work on the power play. Looks like the faceoff's going to be taken by Krieger. Torrey to his left. Krieger wins that one back, as Falkenberg's going to now have it on the defensive end. At the point, Falkenberg's going to leave it for the other defenseman, Renault, but pass it back to Falkenberg, as he's going to look to work as Skaneateles goes to the power play as that penalty for Skaneateles drains out. Puck will glance back to Falkenberg, high side point. He's going to look to enter. He's going to leave that one there behind the net. As going to work now is going to be Major. Major below the goal line, get it back up top to Falkenberg as he's going to handle. Falkenberg leaves it for Torrey. Torrey's passed to Major down low. Major now covering it, passing with it with Krieger down low. Krieger out front. He's going to take a shot. It's going to go wide and be taken up by the point defender there, Renault. Renault going to try to get that one in deep, and he's now going to handle on the point. Renault over to Krieger. Krieger's going to hold far side hash mark, leave it up top to Falkenberg at the point, back to Torrey. He's going to take a passing shot, and nice play out in front as Krieger looked to set up Torrey, but that puck just glanced wide as they made a great play there, but still working here on the power play with 1 minute remaining in the power play. As puck's going to come out on the boards, and Renault takes a beautiful shot from the hash mark area and put that one over the goaltender's shoulder, and Skaneateles is going to take a 1-0 lead.
How about that by Renault, right? The one taking the abuse on that penalty by Baldwinsville. He's the one who answers the call for the Lakers. Job well done by number 20.
As it looked like he almost kind of pedestrianly stole it out of the corner from a few Baldwinsville players and almost caught me off guard, Paul. As a nice rip shot off the bar in. Goal for Luke Renault.
It's been down that corner all night doing the dirty work.
Skaneateles takes a 1-0 lead. 11:34 remaining, and we're back underway. This pen offender Stevenson will wrap that one around the corner, and first one there going to be a Baldwinsville player, as that looks to be number 8 for Baldwinsville as he rushes down the right side. He's working along down low. Both teams behind low now, behind the Skaneateles netminder, as Skaneateles is now going to come up with the puck and reach up the right side with Jack Weeks. Weeks is going to enter the offensive zone and try to pass that one across to Gaglione. He's going to be able to. Gaglione decided to circle that one around that. Tried to leave it for Weeks out front. That pass just went a little too far as the Bees are going to take it the other way. Throwing that one in on goal, or just behind the goal, excuse me, to Lowe, as Lowe's going to leave it there for Buff, excuse me. Buff's going to try to get that one to his defender, and he's going to be able to push that one out of the zone. Puck will be deflected out of play. We're going to have a whistle.
Man, a lot of action in the corners and the edges tonight here. It's something that we didn't see too much of last week being up here, Nate. But that being said, the Lakers have done a really excellent job kind of fighting themselves out of it, whether it's been on offense or defense. And, kudos to them so far. They've been able to fight off a very good Baldwinsville attack thus far tonight.
Face-off at the neutral zone is won by Skaneateles, as holding that one's going to be Morrissey, the captain for Skaneateles. Morrissey's going to try to leave that one up for a teammate and be unsuccessful. The puck's just going to slide past the stick of Gaglione, and now the Bees will control in their own territory. Looking to break it out now, but Skaneateles has other plans, as they'll just throw it back in on goal, or behind the goal, excuse me. As checking into the boards is a Skaneateles defenseman, but coming up with it is Skaneateles, however, and a shot from the point by Buff's going to be blocked. And that one's going to be passed up to Morrissey at the top. Morrissey just throws a backhander on net, almost. Just gets deflected wide. Both teams now fighting with it for the half wall. The Bees are going to come up with it, however, as that's going to be number 7, Zach Treicher, now entering the offensive zone. Treicher's going to take a long shot and deflect it away by Lowe into the netting, and we're going to have a whistle.
It's been interesting watching Baldwinsville here on defense so far tonight. They've done a lot of, for the most part, been clean outside the one interference call there that resulted in the power play goal for Renault, right? But they've been not afraid to go up to the boards on Skaneateles, and that's been quite the interesting sight to see so far.
Skaneateles will win that face-off in front of their netminder and look to start breaking it out, as that puck will be intercepted in the neutral zone. However, Renault does get it back on his stick and throws it in just behind the goaltender, and Skaneateles will now try to go offensively on the forecheck. Both teams fighting for it on the near half wall. Reese Gilmore going to come up with it for Baldwinsville and look to toss that one out of his net. As it's going to be intercepted at the point, and a long shot's going to be taken by the Skaneateles defender and saved away by Shermer, and we're going to have a whistle.
Almost used the Baldwinsville patch there as if it was a target. Job well done, though, there by Shermer to more or less just catch it and hold it. Something of note, I want to bring it up, and I wasn't able to just because of actually, Major, I noticed it last week, and he's been doing a lot of it today on the ice as well, just kind of sitting behind the net and trying his best to kind of, run the point there for the Lakers.
As Skaneateles wins that one, but Baldwinsville's going to intercept and come through the neutral zone. That's going to be Fernando Moreno now entering the zone. He looks to make a move on his defender, but however, Skaneateles deflects that one away. As now holding at the top is a long shot taken by Baldwinsville, and it's going to be blocked away. Puck will be glanced through the neutral zone. Both teams fighting for it now on the blue line. Looks like that's going to be an offsides here on the Baldwinsville blue line. Whistle, 9:14 remaining. Skaneateles still leads 1-0.
Been pretty interesting, right? It feels like Skaneateles gotten a ton of shots off compared to Baldwinsville still, but only 3 on goal and 2 for Baldwinsville, so that's interesting to note.
Baldwinsville's going to win that faceoff and try a pass down the right side. That one's going to go too far. No icing, however, and Skaneateles will now have to work on the breakout here in their defensive zone. Puck's going to be glanced off the stick of Weeks as Weeks looks to fight with it in the neutral zone with another Baldwinsville player. Weeks will get that one back to his defenseman and get it back from him through the neutral zone. Weeks looks to hit a cutting line mate, but that one bounces right to the stick of the Skaneateles defender, and as Weeks gets it back, it takes a long shot. That one goes right into the glove of Shermer, and we will have a whistle with 8:42 remaining in the first period.
Really like the Laker attack so far. It's always fun kind of coming back, right, and seeing, in our situation a second time, and hopefully it's more times over going forward, right? But it's always fun in seeing the different strategies, no matter the sport, of how teams come back and do different game plans for different teams. It seems like, at least at the moment, Skaneateles is doing a lot more from what we'll call in basketball like the outside territory compared to what it was last week when we saw them against last week. We're doing a lot of stuff inside right in front of the net.
As Krieger will win that faceoff, and both teams will be fighting for it now in the defensive zone of Baldwinsville. Torrey's going to try to come up with that puck and just cycle it in deep. Krieger the first one there, but he's going to be fought off by Baldwinsville defender. Trying to get a shot off the point was Morrissey, but he's going to be knocked down by his Baldwinsville defender, and they're going to have a 2-on-1 the other way. Shot taken by the Baldwinsville forward. That one's going to go wide. As another hit by Morrissey he looked to put his shoulder into a defender, and he's going to knock someone down here, but Baldwinsville's going to start the other way.
Physical intensity has picked up a tick here the past couple, I'd say 15 to 30 seconds or so coming off that face-off.
As Morrissey's going to throw that one on down the right side, but it's going to get up to Torrey, but he's going to be no longer, and that puck's going to bounce right back to Renault. Renault makes a fancy move at the blue line to get around his defender, and he's got the puck down deep. Renault looking for options down low. He's being pressured by a couple Baldwinsville players. Renault's going to throw up. That puck went a little too far for Falkenberg to handle, as he's not going to be able to have that one. They're going to have to throw it back in with 7:30 remaining. Baldwinsville now looks to break it out in their own zone. Both teams fighting for it. It's going to glance all the way to Falkenberg in the neutral zone. He's going to hit his defenseman Renault. Renault's going to take a long shot. That one's turned aside by Shermer, as Baldwinsville now looks to start a breakout opportunity, but looks like Michael Blowers has a couple other plans there, as he almost got a shot opportunity, but both teams are now going to fight for it here on the near side boards. Puck's going to glance up to the point by Falkenberg. Falkenberg's going to leave it there for Renault. Renault takes a long shot. That one almost gets through, but just goes wide. As both teams are now going to fight for it as the puck gets into the neutral zone with Falkenberg for Skaneateles. He's going to throw that one in deep and go for a change, as that one's thrown off the stick of Leonardo Vona all the way down the ice. No icing, however, as the referee's going to wave that one off. And Skaneateles is going to look to work.
Almost like that last shot by Renault almost doubled as a pass. I think he was trying to see if Kerwick would be able to pick up the second chance opportunity there.
Nice hit there by the Baldwinsville player, but Skaneateles is going to come up with it here as they race through neutral zone. Pass goes a little bit too far, all the way into the Baldwinsville area, as they're going to get there first. Both teams now fighting along for it, just in front of the students here. Nice move making by Edric Gaglione, but he's not going to be able to get to the ending there, and as Baldwinsville is going to take control of it now. Both teams fighting for it. Puck's going to be glanced up to the forward, but just a little bit too far. Thrown back into the zone by Morrissey, as number 4 is going to be back there, Garrett Church, for Baldwinsville to work. As his pass is going to go way too far. It's just going to be taken by Skaneateles now in the offensive zone. They look to set something up out front. Nothing going, though, as the puck glances to the near side boards.
It's one of the first times they've really tried to set up something right in front of the net all night.
As Zach Treacher looks to control that one for Baldwinsville, and he will. He'll get that one to a teammate, and he'll throw it all the way down the ice. That one's going to be icing for Baldwinsville. 5:42 remaining in the first period.
Nice little long stretch of run there on the ice, and I saw a couple different things kind of play out, right? Mentioned Skaneateles did a lot of slap shooting and shots from the outside, and within that past, more than 2 minutes of time there without a stoppage, worked a couple times in the zone.
Skaneateles wins that draw, and the puck glances off the goaltender Shermer, and almost a rebound taken, but John Shermer, the goaltender for Baldwinsville, is able to keep that one out. Real quick play there off the whistle there, Paul.
Yeah, Krieger ended up in the net there. Looks like he got inadvertently tripped up, just kind of chasing after the puck. Hope that he's okay. He seems all right. And Shermer looks like he's skating it off a little bit. He looks a little bit good after it looked like he was shook up for a quick second.
We're going to try it again here. The draw just in front of Shermer's right. Krieger to take it for Skaneateles. Krieger does win that draw back to his defenseman. And so think about taking a shot. Puck is deflected in front as it went right to the stick of the Skaneateles forward. He took a shot. It went a little too high. We're going to have a whistle as that one went out of play.
Nothing quite like the inadvertent announcer's jinxed. Right now we've had 3 face-offs and, what, not even 5 seconds have really ticked off the clock, give or take. But good job there by Krieger again. He's now mixing himself quite well there in the center.
As Krieger wins another face-off, and Major was trying to handle that one as it just went a little too far off the stick of Torrey, as Baldwinsville is now going to handle as they run through the neutral zone. Entering the zone is the forward for Baldwinsville, but that puck's going to be deflected away and thrown all the way down the ice. A little bit of a deflection though. First one there is going to be a Baldwinsville defender, as he's going to leave that one back there for Siapa. As Siapa goes all the way around his net out of the left side, he's got a little bit of speed as he begins to wind up. Siapa with a nice pass to Fawaz, as Fawaz is going to enter the left side and look to start something. First one there, however, as he gets checked off, is Siapa. Siapa's not going to handle it on the far side. He makes a slick pass, and that shot's going to be taken off the stick of Fawaz, but it's going to be deflected away. Baldwinsville now to retain, as they just throw it back into the zone and go to work. First one back there is going to look to be Renault for Skaneateles to recover that one, and they're going to head up the neutral zone area. With some speed now, that looks to be Major. Major tries to make a move on his defender, but Penn defender Stevenson had a little bit of different opportunities. He's now going to have it now below his goal. Breaking out the right side of the defensive zone is Baldwinsville as they look to throw it all the way down the ice. They were looking to hit Keegan Lynch on the long pass there, but that one went a little too far. No icing, though, as both teams are looking to recoil here in the neutral zone.
It looks like Baldwinsville at least a glance at one of the sticks on it, and job well done by them, kind of saved the icing.
As thrown in deep is going to be Keegan Lynch for Baldwinsville. First one back going to be Lowe, the goaltender for Skaneateles, as he's going to try to start this breakout opportunity for Skaneateles, and they will. As that looks to be Blowers heading up the right side as he enters the neutral zone, enters the Baldwinsville zone, and they'll fight with it down low. Blowers is able to get up to his defenseman Renault. Renault at the point, he takes his shot, it goes wide. As first one there is going to be a Skaneateles player.
It's Kerwick.
As Kerwick fighting along with the Baldwinsville player, but he's going to turn that one over and glance it out into the neutral zone. Falkenberg going to handle for Skaneateles. Falkenberg looking to hit a pass. He was looking to hit Blowers. It went a little too far. He's going to get that puck bounced back to him, though. And Skaneateles is going to try again through the neutral zone. That one looks to be Renault as he enters the right side of the offensive zone. Renault going to take it all the way to the net, and it's going to go in. Renault tucked that one in on the short side. Luke Renault's got 2 goals here for Skaneateles so far as they take a 2-0 lead.
Beautiful move by him, skating up on the near side of the ice. Nice little cross up, a little how do you do the netminder. Finds its way and sneaks its way in.
Luke Renault with 2 goals on the night already here in this young game, as Renault gets his 26th and 27th goal of the year. Those are almost, or excuse me, I read that wrong. Yep, it's 26th and 27th of the year. Those are some pretty good numbers from a defenseman. As we're back here under play, 3:17 remaining in a 2-0 game, as that puck will be dumped all the way deep into the Baldwinsville zone. As recovering that one is Trevor Sutton for Baldwinsville. Sutton will fight with Skaneateles player here in the corner. He'll get some help from his defensive partner. As now both teams are fighting with it now, and it's going to glance all the way up to a Skaneateles defender, and he's going to chuck that one back into the net and makes Baldwinsville have to try again. Sutton now with it as he holds and gets warded by a couple defenders. He's going to pass that one over to Church. Church is going to start the breakout opportunity, but it's going to go a little too far as that puck danced around on the blue line for a minute. As Baldwinsville's going to go out for a change now as they try to throw it all the way in.
Icing.
Yep, and I was going to say they kept playing. I thought I heard a whistle, though.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at Baldwinsville. The puck was right on their blue line right there, and I was kind of surprised that they left it on sides for the Lakers, as the Lakers were pretty much there for an opportunity to kind of steal a puck. It would have been like a 3-on-2 situation. Really bold strategy for the Bees.
Krieger wins yet another faceoff for Skaneateles as the long shot's taken by the stick of Morrissey. Krieger got a stick on it, but it was able to be deflected away by Shermer. As entering the offensive zone now is Baldwinsville. Losing his stick is Morrissey. Morrissey's going to get a penalty. However, he was a little bit too aggressive without his stick. He's going to head to the box, it looks like. thought they were going to call it on Morse.
It looks like they're calling it on Buff, I believe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Penalty's going to go to Jack Buff.
Second power play opportunity for the Bees.
I thought it was Morrissey who lost his stick there. I thought they were going to call the penalty on him, but looks like they're going to get Buff, the defensive partner. As Baldwinsville looks to work here, 2:21 remaining in the period. They got a 2-minute power play. Skaneateles wins that face-off, and they send it all the way down. First one back into Siafa for Baldwinsville as they'll look to start this play. Defender Stevenson will come help him out as Siafa now handles in his own zone. Siafa going to leave that one for his defensive partner, number 23 for Baldwinsville. He's going to look to recoil. He's attacked by a couple Skaneateles players as Krieger comes up with that one. He's going to get it back to Renault in their own zone. They're going to take some time off. Renault being pressured pretty hard as he gets taken down at mid-ice and throws it into the zone. Baldwinsville is now going to have to recoil here in the neutral zone. Baldwinsville enters the zone now on the left side as they throw it down deep. First one there working for it's going to be Cole Schuyler of Baldwinsville as he works down low. He's going to get some help, however, and the puck's going to squirt out to Siafa for Baldwinsville. Up top for the defenseman for Baldwinsville, they play catcher they here as they look to set up their offense. Long shot was taken from the point off the stick of Keegan Lynch. That one's going to be deflected and hit the netting. We're going to have a whistle.
Renault just everywhere on the ice tonight. Just a job well done by him so far. One of the captains of this Lakers squad. You know, you mentioned obviously his being a defenseman, his offensive skill, but really doing a job well done on the defensive end here on this power play kill.
Corbett going to win that face-off into his defenseman, who's going to send it all the way out of the zone. But however, Skaneateles has got a little attack with Corbett and Torrey in here on a 2-on-2 opportunity. Puck's going to squirt down below as Baldwinsville's going to come up with it. Minute 13 remaining in the first period. That's Penafender Stevenson now looking to set up this power play and power play breakout, with Skaneateles being pretty aggressive on the forecheck. As that puck's going to be glanced into the zone by Schuyler, and they're going to go off for a change as Lowe now handles it. And he makes a nice pass to his teammate Corbett. Corbett's going to send that one all the way down the ice. They're going to head for a change here, just under a minute remaining in the first period. Handling it now behind the net as they look to set up their offense with Sutton.
If you're Baldwinsville, you can kind of split the end of the period in half here, but Major causing the disruption down low there for Skaneateles.
As Fernando Moreno is going to have to help out, and he'll hold it now behind his own ice. He's going to leave it for Sutton. Sutton's going to head toward the neutral zone down the left side. Sutton's going to make a nice move on the defender Renau and get it in the zone. Sutton now still with it below the net. He leaves it out front, and they have an opportunity, another second chance opportunity. That one's going to go wide. A couple great opportunities there for the Bees as they're going to look for some more here.
Penalty officially killed.
As Renau going to handle it for Skaneateles. He's going to flick it out of the zone. It's going to head all the way to the neutral zone for Moreno. Moreno's just going to pass that one to the other side of the neutral zone. Just 5 seconds remaining here in the first period. And the clock is going to hit 0. We got a 2-0 lead for the hometown Skaneateles Lakers here on FingerLakes1.com. Don't go anywhere. First period intermission report sponsored by Generations Bank coming up soon.
Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with dedication to our local communities. Whether you're looking for checking, savings, a mortgage, home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need. Visit us at mygenbank.com. Generations Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, celebrating 25 years in the Finger Lakes with locations at 22 Main Street in Waterloo, 40 Exchange Street in Geneva, and Del Lago Resort and Casino. Dine in, take out, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Get the insurance you need from the people you know at Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. The Finger Lakes Insurance Agency for your home, auto, or business with locations in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Get a no-obligation quote today at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Ferrara Lumber has been locally owned for 3 generations and is more than just a lumber and building supplier. Stop in on Bayard Street in Seneca Falls to browse their full selection of power tools, hardware, lawn and garden, painting, and plumbing supplies, and talk to their experienced staff when planning your next home improvement project. Brad Van Dusen Photography is a full-service photographer serving the Finger Lakes region, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits. Also specializing in sports photos, collages, banners, and other keepsakes for your student-athlete. For more information, visit bbbphotography.com. It's a wonderful run 5K. It's a winter run like no other through the streets of Seneca Falls, the town that inspired Frank Capra's holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Learn more and register at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. And FingerLakes1.com, digital marketing, website development, hosting, multimedia production, and home of the most popular website and mobile app in the Finger Lakes. Now, back to the game.
Welcome to the first intermission report, Generation Spank, as we are here on fingerlakes1.com and also the Skaneateles Athletics YouTube channel. After one period of play, this hometown Skaneateles Lakers up 2-0 over the visiting Baldwinsville Bees. Paul, a great period there for both teams. Shots in that period, 8 in favor of Skaneateles, 5 for the away team Bees.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned being one of my keys to the game, right? Jump out early, jump out often, and really, to be fair, both teams have kind of done that to a degree, but Skaneateles was certainly holding that edge at the moment in that regard. Obviously, we don't have the exact stats and ability to keep track of, time where the puck exactly is right on the ice, like say the NHL or D1 hockey kind of does. But I'd say certainly most of that time you could tell by the eye test was spent by Skaneateles on the attack in the Baldwinsville zone.
And that all starts with number 12, Garrett Krieger. I feel like a lot of offensive possessions that they had, he won a lot of those draws, and it's clear to show why he leads Section 3 in points and had his 100th goal last week here, has over 200 points in his career. Can't say much more about number 12, Garrett Krieger for Skaneateles.
Yeah, and, really, to be fair, Baldwinsville's kind of done a nice job neutralizing him to a degree. That being said, Krieger's dominated, in my mind, the face-offs when he's been the one taking them for Skaneateles. Won 3 in a row down there at about, in between the 5:30 to 5 minutes ago mark there in the period. And certainly made his mark there. He had a couple shots on net, ended up in the goal at one point, trying to chase after the puck. But, hey, at the moment for Seattle, it's been the Luke Renault show. Job well done to him, obviously defenseman, but certainly playing extremely well with the skill set that he has on offense. And he's done just a super job on both ends of the ice.
And let's talk a little bit about sectionals coming up here as both these teams playing their final regular season game. Sectionals actually already decided. The only game on the slate tonight for Section 3 hockey, so they're able to go through since this is a non- or cross-division game and able to kind of determine what's going to happen. So starting on the Skaneateles side, they're going to have a bye until the 3rd round. They're the first seed in Division 2, so they're going to get to wait till the 22nd to see who they're playing. It'll be here at Allen Arena. And on the other side for the Baldwinsville Bees, they're going to have a bye till the 2nd round. I believe they're the 2nd seed in Division 1. They're going to play on 2/17, await to see who they play after the 1st round. So it's going to be kind of interesting. And with a little bit time off for Skaneateles, it's interesting that they have a game with like Baldwinsville here, a high-intensity game. Been great in terms of so far here in the first period. You look back to last year, 2 great games played by both teams. It's pretty cool to see both teams going to come in off what I think is a high note, being in a very great hockey game here as we have 40 minutes left.
I think, there's both positives, but there's also maybe some negatives potentially with that as well. Certainly the positives, right? If you play well, you get a win. Keep that momentum up and keep that going. and that can help you. Keeps that tempo up, especially, both these teams' cases. Obviously, Skaneateles having a tad bit of a longer break than Baldwinsville is going to have. But that being said, a break is a break, especially at this point in the season. Sometimes, as much as maybe a bit of a breather would be nice, if you're riding this momentum wave, sometimes that's the exact thing you don't want to have. And that's where also negative comes in, especially, you see it more when a team loses. Kind of have that unfortunate mindset, right? A bit of a bad taste in your mouth, possibly. Right. That's where you can kind of get, trapped into a game where you should win on paper, but hey, you have to play it out on the ice. And that's where sometimes you can get tripped a little bit. I don't see that happening with either team, to be fully transparent with you, right? I don't think that's the case with either team, but that's why we play the sport. That's why we play sports, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen. And, I do think it's great. I mentioned this to you, at the office here within the past really couple weeks on both the hockey coverage side and the basketball coverage side, because we've seen, it's kind of like the weird beauties of this year that's kind of come out in winter sports, where, you've had these makeup games where, whether it's been because of COVID or weather, especially this winter, where these makeup games have kind of occurred, and you had that break more maybe middle set of the season this year, as opposed to maybe towards the end, and these games are what I've called, you alluded to, right? These tune-up games a little bit, where you really see it, like I mentioned, on like the college football side, where Alabama may roll in and just play the Citadel and just beat the ever-living breaks off of them. But in this situation in high school, right, anything can happen. Anything can legitimately happen here, and that's the beauty of it. And it's been a great game so far. It's been, like I said, I think you have to give credit to both teams. They both have executed some things pretty well. Things to definitely work on coming out of the locker room for the second period.
Yeah, I want to circle back and talk a little bit more about that break you mentioned. You're not playing. Skaneateles not going to play till the 22nd. You got about a week time there. And I want to, you talk a little bit about rest and rust versus rust argument. Yeah. But I also want to go back to yesterday. I want to talk a little bit about our Cicino's Pizzeria restaurant player of the game yesterday for the Canandaigua Braves and the Pittsford Sutherland Knights. Our player of the game from that game was Abby Harrod of the Canandaigua Braves. Yeah. She had a very good point last night. They have about a week until they play their first sectional game due to seeding and such. And she said the coach was talking about how they're going to make sure they get a little bit different looks this week. So not just playing the same old practice for the next 4 or 5 days, not playing against each other, try to get different looks in practice. And I thought that was very well said by the senior captain of that Canandaigua Braves team, Abby Harrod.
Well, she has a good point too, right? That's something that translates well from a really great coach and coaching staff at that point, right? And a great program in that, I'm sure that they probably will have, right? It's not going to be full-fledged still, we're 100%, 100 miles per hour, up and down, right? But the key thing, right, is that ideal balance to go in and make sure that you are rested, make sure you are ready to go. And, like you mentioned with Abby, she brought up a good point, as you mentioned, right? They have some scrimmages lined up. They have some practices obviously lined up. They'll be good to go for sectional play there, and I expect nothing less than for Skaneateles and then Baldwinsville for that point as well, moving forward here over the course of the next 7 to 9 days.
As both teams enter the ice here, we're just a couple minutes away. We're going to take a quick break here on Finger Lakes 1. We'll be back in a short amount of time. Don't go anywhere. We'll have second period action here on FingerLakes1.com.
Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. That's 80 years that DeSanto Propane has been servicing the community. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business, which is why everyone recommends DeSanto Propane. Choose DeSanto today and see why for 80 years DeSanto Propane has been heating the community with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com or call toll-free 1-800-752-4574 and like DeSanto Propane on Facebook for more tips and info today. DeSanto is celebrating 80 years, and there's never been a better time to switch to propane to fuel your entire house. DeSanto. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Welcome back to the Skaneateles YMCA as we're wrapping up the first period Generations Bank intermission report as we are just about, I would say, 10 or 15 seconds away from second period action here at the Skaneateles YMCA. The hometown Lakers have a 2-0 lead over the Baldwinsville Bees.
Yeah, Nate, really looking forward to the second half here. Be interesting to see. I think Skaneateles, not much I don't think I personally would go ahead and change game plan-wise. But, you know, that being said, I think you just, like I mentioned, you got to keep the momentum up, and they've done that so far, so I think as long as they keep their foot on the gas pedal, they should do fine.
I agree totally, Paul, as both teams will switch sides here. Skaneateles going to head to our right, from our right to the left. Baldwinsville heading left to right here as we put 17 minutes on the clock for the second period. We're just seconds away from puck drop.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel really old in pregame mentioning the B-Sens.
As Gilmore going to take the draw for Skaneateles on the other side. Looks to be Krieger taking it. Excuse me, Gilmore taking it for Baldwinsville, but Krieger's going to win it for Skaneateles, and we're underway.
Another face-off win for the captain.
As now Gaglione's going to handle that one and dump it in deep. As both teams now fighting for it as Falkenberg gets it up top. He's going to throw that one in deep as now Sutton's going to handle for Baldwinsville, but be threatened by looks to be Major down low, but Baldwinsville will come up with it. Nice pass for the neutral zone is going to get their play started here as it's going to deflect back to the defenseman Siapa as he's going to throw it in deep. First one back there is Falkenberg, but he's going to be checked away. It's going to be distant to Gaglione, who's going to try a flick pass. It's going to travel all the way down the ice for icing. Just 16:22 remaining in the second period here. We got our first whistle.
Now, this may be a little bit selfish, but I really would love to see Skaneateles maybe do more of the dump it in. You got a lot of fun, quick, fast players up on that front line. Saw it on that one with Torrey chasing after it, Corbett as well. Like I said, maybe not the ideal game plan outright, but something to maybe explore a little bit because they were able to get down there and almost were able to fight away that icing call.
As Baldwin's going to win the draw, but that puck's going to be taken up by Skaneateles as they're going to fly through the neutral zone. First one there, however, is going to be a Baldwinsville player as they both work for it. Corbett's going to try to throw it in deep, but first one back going to be Keegan Lynch for Baldwinsville. He's going to wrap that one all the way around the boards to Moreno. Moreno flicks it out of the zone and into the neutral zone for Buff. Buff going to try to handle it as he tries a long pass for Corbett. That one's going to be deflected into the zone as Baldwinsville is going to look to start their defensive breakout with Penafender Stevenson. Stevenson leaves it up top. He tries to get it to an offenseman, but that puck's going to glance too far and back into their zone. Penafender Stevenson now going to recover it behind his net. He's going to leave that one for Vona. Vona going to try to get it out of the zone. He's unsuccessful as that puck will bounce back into his own zone with Penafender Stevenson as he handles it now. He'll leave it down the right side, but get it back as they just keep throwing it back in on the behind the net, as you said, Paul. As both teams are going to fight for it.
Skaneateles again doing a really great job. It's kind of similar start to the way the first period was, where they're just able to keep the puck most of the time down in the Baldwinsville zone.
As Lynch threw it all the way down on the goaltender low as he's going to try to flick that one up. And he tried to get a pass all the way down the ice to McGowan, but it went a little too far off the stick of Aiden, and it's going to be an icing call.
Yeah, a little bit confusing there. Almost looked like a couple of the players thought there might have been a whistle, and it kind of even sounded like that through our headphones even as well. A bit of a thing that you mentioned in the first period, kind of similar situation. I don't know if that's what fully happened, but kind of seemed that way.
As another face-off win for Skaneateles as both teams are going to fight for it now below their net. Puck lands out in front and tipped into the net by Treichler as he's going to deflect that one in off a pass from his teammate out front. And Treichler's going to deflect that one in the net and make this a 2-1 game. As that's Treichler's goal on the season. That's going to make looking for it here, but anyway, it's going to be a goal for Treichler, and it's going to make it a 2-1 game.
And Baldwinsville kind of just able to hang around there right in the net as they were able to kind of deal with puck down in the corner there. And Lowe just tough shot to kind of block away, hit the upper corner on him.
As we're back underway, as Renault's going to have a point shot, he's going to take it. That's going to be deflected off a B and into the corner. As that puck's just going to be glanced off the boards and that's the goal scorer, Treichler. He's going to head off for a change. Skaneateles looking to start up the other way. Renault with some speed through the neutral zone, enters the zone. A little bit too anxious was his line mate. That's going to be offsides.
Super close call there. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, a tough shot for Lowe to kind of block. Mentioned got upper corner, upper 90, top shelf, whatever you want to call it at that point. And just tough too, because you said it was a deflection. It's not like it was a true shot off a Treichler's stick by any means.
As the puck faceoff's going to be won right into Torrey, and Torrey's going to take a long shot. That's going to be swelled up by Schirmer for Baldwinsville, and we're going to have a whistle. Faceoff right in front of him. .18 remaining in the second period. 2-1 lead for the Lakers. As a faceoff right in front of Schirmer for Baldwinsville. Faceoff one. Gaglione now for Skaneateles. Recoiling around the net. Leaves it up top for his defenseman. Renault with it at the point. He takes a long shot. That one's deflected wide. As now the puck is glanced below the net. Both teams fight for it. That's Keegan Lynch now fighting along with Garrett Church for Baldwinsville. Church is going to try to clear. It's going to be stolen away, and a point shot's going to be taken. That one's going to be deflected away. Both teams now fighting with it as Baldwinsville looks to start out their breakout as the stick of Moreno now as he crosses over the red line and just throws it in on goal. That'll be patted away to Falkenberg. Falkenberg will leave it there for his defensive partner as they look to start off the left side. That's Renault now fighting with it as he gets the puck back from that player as he runs down the left side. Renault now entering the zone. He looks to make a move, but he'll just throw it in deep and go chase after it himself. Renault throws a hit down there now as the rest of his line mates are changing as Baldwinville looks to start their breakout with Gilmore. Gilmore tries to throw it up. Both teams fighting with it now in the neutral zone. That puck looked to have bounced into the Skaneateles bench. We're going to have a whistle.
Puck's still out on the ice. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I thought maybe it bounced. It might have hit a Skaneateles player from the bench.
That probably is the case. Be interesting to see. Baldwinsville's the past few faceoffs tried tying up whoever's been taking the faceoff for the Lakers. So I'm intrigued to see if they do the same thing with Krieger, who's taking the faceoff again.
As he won that one. That's Gilmore winning it back here for Baldwinsville as they're going to start their breakout opportunity. But getting in there first was a Skaneateles player to deflect that one away. I believe it was Major. And then that puck was glanced from the side of the wall there into the goalie's glove. We're going to have a whistle.
No, Major's kind of like one of these unsung heroes on this first line. Does a lot of work behind the net, run the point really well. Obviously, a lot of the noise gets made for Renault and Krieger.
As a long shot was taken off the stick of, I believe, Renault and gloved away for the whistle. Great shot from the point there taken by the Skaneateles defenseman. 13 minutes remaining in the second period. 2-1 score in favor of the Lakers. Krieger's going to take that draw against Gilmore. Krieger's going to win it back to his defenseman as they're going to look to start here with Buff passing back over to Renault. Renault now joining in on the left side as he's thwarted away by number 18, Sam Siapa of Baldwinsville. But that puck's going to jump out in front off of Skaneateles offenseman, and both teams are now going to fight for it in front. Shot taken in front out of the slot by Skaneateles is blocked away by Schirmer. And now both teams are going to fight with it along the wall. That pass is going to flow up to Fawaz. Fawaz is going to leave that one on top for Gilmore. Gilmore's going to enter the zone. He's going to try his pass over to Siapa. That's going to get deflected away. Skaneateles is going to go the other way now through the neutral zone. The puck's going to bounce all the way to the Bees' defense as they look to start a breakout opportunity. That puck out to Siapa goes too far off the stick to Renault as Renault looks to enter the offensive zone through the left side. Renault now checked by a couple Baldwinsville players. Both teams working for it now as the puck squirts all the way back down in the Skaneateles zone. No icing. As first one back, they're going to be Blowers for Skaneateles to start this breakout opportunity. Blowers pass all the way up to Kerwick. Kerwick makes a nice move. Now we got a 2-on-1. Kerwick pass over to McGowan. Oh. He looks to finish it. Just fell off the stick of Aiden McGowan as Kerwick set him up in front on a little 2-on-1 opportunity. But Skaneateles going to hold possession as Renault throws a long shot, and that one's going to be patted away and gloved away by the goaltender Schirmer. We have a whistle.
Lovely little set of ping pong right there between Skaneateles right there. Like you said, just unfortunate. It was set up to be a nice, perfect scenario for him. Nothing in between them and the netminder there.
Kerwick loses that draw to a Baldwinsville player as they look to start their breakout with Treichler. Treichler loses that one, and Kerwick comes up with it. Kerwick tried to get it to McGowan. McGowan just fell off his stick. Nice pressure there from a Baldwinsville player, and the puck will bounce into the neutral zone. Both teams fighting for it near sideboards at the red line. As now Baldwinsville comes up with it, and they'll throw it into the Skaneateles zone. First one's back going to be Morrissey for Skaneateles as they're going to start their breakout opportunity. As both teams now going to fight for it in the neutral zone, and that puck bounced off a stick as Treichler tried to get it to Gavin Miller. as both teams are now, it's thrown into the defensive zone of Baldwinsville as both players going to hit the ice as they're fighting for it down low. Going to have some help there from Baldwinsville as both teams now going to fight with it. Skaneateles now has it as they're going to try an offensive possession. He takes a long shot. That got patted away by the goaltender into the corner. And we are going to have a penalty. It looks like hit was thrown by Leonardo Vona, I believe, and it kind of fell awkwardly into the boards. I believe they're going to call a penalty.
Yeah, I'm guessing they are. Vona coming off the ice here, shaking his head at himself a little bit. Mentioned in the first period, I mean, things were kind of chippy there physically for a little bit. And again, kind of similar timeline, just about, as we enter the second third of the period, if you will, where it's kind of, things have kind of now sorted out for the period in a way of a flow.
As they're now going to start with an offensive possession here on the power play with Skaneateles. They're looking to set up now in the offensive zone. Puck's going to be up top at the point. As the shot's going to be taken by Major off the skate of a Baldwinsville player, but Skaneateles is going to get that one back here, look to set up. Far top side point as they leaves it for Major up top. Major pass to the right side. Shot taken from a bad angle by a Skaneateles player. That was going to deflect off the glass and all the way down the ice. Major's going to have to start with it now at his own blue line. Major grabs some speed. He looks to enter on the right side. Major going to go around almost behind the net, but he's going to get hit awkwardly into the boards by a Baldwinsville player, but Skaneateles is going to come up with the puck now as they look to get back into formation here on the power play. As it almost got out of play there. Great save by the Skaneateles player to keep that one in bounds, but Baldwinsville going to come up with it and throw it down the other side of the ice.
Yeah, about halfway through the this power play here, about minute 3 to go now in it. Skaneateles spent a lot of time so far here. Guessing they'll have another few good opportunities. As
Krieger's passed to Torrey. Torrey took a long shot. That one went wide. Now they're setting up in the offensive zone with Major. Now Krieger up top running that power play. He'll leave it on the near side boards for Major. Gets it back. Krieger makes a Mike's move on the defender as he tries to throw that one on net. It'll be patted away by Shermer, and he looks to either jump on that one or either that or the ref side of the puck. We'll have a whistle.
Yeah, puck ended up being, it wasn't a clear-cut save there for Shermer. He had a fall on it, lost possession of it, and that's what kind of caused that. Not a true melee, obviously, in the true hockey sense of it, but certainly a meeting of the minds amongst both Baldwinsville and Skaneateles players down there.
9:32 as we have 9:32 remaining in the second period. 2-1 in favor of the Lakers. Face off to the right of Shermer for Baldwinsville. Skaneateles wins that one. Now they still have about 30 seconds left on their power play. As Krieger now has it up top. Krieger will play catch with a couple players up top. As he'll leave it there for Major. Major takes a long shot from the point. That one got tipped wide. As now Skaneateles is going to handle it and start back into their offensive possession. And again now up top as Major got a pass from the defenseman. Major going to leave it back up top for Krieger. Krieger took a shot. That one got patted away, and it's bouncing around in front as they're going to get a penalty for Baldwinsville. Delayed call here. As Baldwinsville still hasn't touched it, so Skaneateles is going to get a chance here with the extra attacker. Yeah, Major now with it on the near side. Major pass all the way across. He had a player, it just went through his legs, and Baldwinsville's going to touch up here, and they're going to head back to the power play.
Yeah, pretty much continued on for another 2 minutes as they weren't quite able to get a 5-on-3 here, but yeah, Baldwinsville down low there in front of the net on that one. More or less take your pick of possible opportunities to get a penalty drawn on them, because you had a couple different Skaneateles players end up on the ice at different points.
Yeah, nice power play there. Opportunity for Skaneateles. They're going to head right back to another one as they're going on for 2 minutes here. Gaglione to take the draw for Skaneateles, and he wins it as they look to set up their offense here on the power play. Gaglione now up top as he assumes that top point position. He'll leave it there for Falkenberg. Falkenberg takes a bad angle shot from the left side. That one went out of play, and we'll have a whistle.
It's unable to fully mention it there on the power play, but I really love how Major, in baseball, a perfect example of this would be how a pitcher kind of is able to deceive the batter by kind of doing a different timing with his lineup or some of that.
And that was Major on the shot. My bad, I'm not saying Falkenberg.
I love how Major is able to kind of just keep the puck with him on the stick blade for a while before making his full-fledged move. I love it. Kind of disrupt the timing of it a little bit.
Both teams fight off on the draw here just in front of the Baldwinsville goaltender, and Baldwinsville will come up and throw it all the way down the ice. As Lowe's going to have to come out and get it as he throws it behind his net. 8:21 remaining minute 30 remaining on the Skaneateles power play as they look to start up ice. Coming through the neutral zone is Renault. Renault handling down the right side. He'll get all the way behind the net as he gets knocked into the boards by the Baldwinsville defender, and that puck will get bounced all the way down the ice. Lowe is going to have to come out and handle it for Skaneateles. Puck glances up to Torrey through the neutral zone. Torrey makes a nice neutral zone pass. He gets it back on the give-and-go play. As Torrey get that puck stolen away, Baldwinsville will fire it down the other side of the ice. Lowe will have to come out and get it. As Lowe now looking for a passer. He's a great passer out of the net. He's done that a few times this game as he threw it up to the blue line, and now recovering it now as the puck went up to Kerwick, but it glanced off his stick and into the zone. Pen defender Stevenson turnarounds and takes a big slap shot to try to get that one out of the zone, and that puck will bounce around and be successful down the other side. 40 seconds remaining on the power play.
It's so hard he lost his mitt down there.
As Buff's going to come up with it for Skaneateles as they're going to head through the neutral zone. As that pass is going to bounce all the way over to Morrissey, coming up the left side. Morrissey's going to enter the zone and take a long shot. That one's going to go wide off the glass and bounce all the way out of play. Buff going to be the first one there for Skaneateles, but intercepted by Baldwinsville. And back into the neutral zone, though, however. That's just going to get back to the stick of Morrissey. He's going to dump that puck in, and some players from Skaneateles are going to change. But first one there is going to be Sutton for Baldwinsville as they look to battle. Puck stolen away by Blowers. He almost had an opportunity to take a shot, but however, looked like pen defender Stevenson stole that one away and slammed it down the ice here as the penalty is about to expire. Both teams going to head back to full strength here.
Skaneateles able to do well the first few seconds of that power play. Other than that, you got to give a tip of that hat to Baldwinsville. Killed it off quite nicely.
As now they're going to start to look to go on their attack through the neutral zone. Puck, long pass is just going to bounce over the stick of the Baldwinsville forward. It's going to be an icing call. Face-off back here in front of Shermer.
So let me keep an eye on here. I've noticed kind of here in the neutral zone side of things for Skaneateles. A couple of their players, Kerwick and McCollum, look like they've lost edges trying to take the corner a bit too quick there. So something to keep an eye on. The ice looks pretty good overall, nice quality. So I'm not too sure what the issue may be.
As Skaneateles won that draw, and the puck's going to be thrown into the zone here, and as both teams are going to fight for it in the far corner. As now coming up with it is Baldwinsville as they look to exit the zone, but Blauer's going to have another opportunity to keep that one in the zone for as Keegan Lynch is going to toss that one all the way down the ice, and that's going to be icing. Once again, we're here live on FingerLakes1.com. My name is Nate Sharman. Next to me, Paul Russo. We're also live on the Skaneateles Athletics YouTube channel as they graciously let our audio there on their feed, as we appreciate them here at the YMCA.
Yeah, thanks again to Skaneateles, the district, as well as the YMCA for their hospitality and get us set up again. Great facility that they have here, and look forward to coming back here whenever the next time may be. It's such an awesome facility.
As the nice play off the whistle, and it looked like Major lit that one up over the goalie's glove from the slot. That's going to be a goal for number 9, Henry Major.
Yeah, talk about how I really love how he's able to handle the puck with his blade quite well. He's able to kind of do it there a little bit, fire it right on in. Been nice to see him out in front of the net as opposed to behind the net like he was last week quite often.
Great answer there from the senior forward, Henry Major, as they're now going to be able to start a faceoff here. 6:09 remaining, 3-1 lead for the Lakers as they needed that one off the Baldwinsville score there to answer that one and go back up with the 2-1 lead, or the 3-1 lead, excuse me. Puck going to be thrown in on goal as Skaneateles going to get there first and knocked into the boards, but still fighting with it down low. As a bad angle shot's going to be taken and thrown on goal. Looking for another goal there was Major as he's back out here on the ice.
Right idea. Caught Shermer kind of sleeping, left the one side of the net open. Just got over there right in the quick of time.
As both teams fighting with it now below the net. As coming up to make the nice check was Renault, but the puck fell thrown in and caught away by Shermer, but he has a tough time hanging on to that one, and it's going to be thrown away into the neutral zone by his defender. Nice save by Shermer, and a nice, even better play by the defenseman to handle it. Puck's going to be taken in by Baldwinsville as his shot's going to be taken off the stick of Schuyler over the net, but Skaneateles is now going to handle with it. Puck's going to be taken to Major. Major's going to leave that one inside to Renault. Renault now fighting with it down low. As both teams now with it, fighting with it down low, and Baldwinsville's going to come up with it. As they're going to fire that shot all the way down the ice, that's going to be icing. We'll take a second to thank a few sponsors. Generations Bank, Little John and Barbie Orthodontics, DeSanto Propane, and Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. We thank you for your support here on FingerLakes1.com.
Yeah, can't do it without fantastic work of those sponsors. And well, the ones that we got, they've been with us for a while and allow us to continue to do this fantastic coverage that we're able to do night in and night out.
So that faceoff is one away and into the Skaneateles, into the Baldwinsville zone, but long shot's going to be taken off the stick, I believe, of Morrissey. That one's going to be swallowed up by Shermer. We'll have a whistle.
As the PA, we talked about all night, but the PA is now shouting out the girls varsity team as well. So certainly a proud town and proud program moment here.
I think they nicknamed it Title Town on their Twitter as they look through another one.
Can't blame them.
As Baldwinville's going to win that draw, but both teams are going to fight for it, and they'll be able to glance that one into the neutral zone for Morrissey. Morrissey's going to try to leave that one for Weeks. Weeks tried to lay a check on there on his defender, but he got knocked over. As throwing it in is Gaglione, going to go chase after it with a teammate. Buff going to pinch in from his defensive zone and throw it around the net. First one there is going to be Trevor Sutton for Baldwinsville. He's going to work that one out, but a long shot taken by Gaglione is going to be waved off. I believe there was a high stick involved there, so we'll have a whistle. .408 remaining in the second period. 3-1 game in favor of the home team, Skaneateles Lakers.
It looks like the officials, refs bringing it up. We have a face-off here in Skaneateles territory. Right-hand side of low.
Gilmore going to take the draw for Baldwinsville. Ref still conferring over there. We're going to have a puck drop here in front of low.
All right, hold on.
Oh, maybe not. All right, now we're ready, Paul.
Mentioned Baldwinsville tying up some of those faceoffs. I think they tried to time right there with Krieger taking it and winning it for Skaneateles.
As they're now going to get that puck to Torrey up the right side. He's going to leave it out of the zone, but be checked into the boards by Fawaz for Baldwinsville and throwing it back in their zone. Renault's going to come up with it. Renault's going to do a little loop-to-loop and head out through the neutral zone and entering the offensive zone. Renault's going to get a give-and-go pass back. Try to leave that one in front. It's going to go too far out of the way of a Skaneateles player. And that puck will glance all the way back off the boards into the zone. Falkenberg looked to be the first one back for Skaneateles.
Right idea on offense there.
He's going to try to get that one up to a teammate, but to receive a pass back and get that one up to Torrey through the offensive zone. Torrey up the right side. He's got Renault with him. Torrey going to try to leave that pass up in front, but Baldwinsville is going to do a nice job to get that puck deflected away and onto the stick of Reese Gilmore. Gilmore up the right side. He'll enter the zone. He tries to leave a pass out front. Krieger doing a nice job to back check and deflect that puck away. As the puck's going to take it all the way up to the top of the zone there. A long shot taken by pen offender Stevenson's going to go wide as the puck's going to be battled for in front of the Baldwinsville bench now. I think they're going to get them on a too-many call, Paul.
Yeah, I'm guessing they were trying to get a quick line, or maybe not full-fledged line, but certainly get a couple of fresh legs out on the ice.
It gets a little tough when that puck gets in front of yours. Maybe not, okay. I don't know. I thought they were getting them on a penalty.
Well, they're
trying to figure out who's going to go, maybe.
Well, there's been some extracurriculars as well, so they could be discussing that a little bit.
Looks to be a too many men penalty.
Yeah, looks like we'll now officially get the call here as
too many players.
Who will be the de facto volunteer heading to the bin?
Skaneateles going to head to the power play.
Yeah, survey says Braden Evans for Baldwinsville will be the tribune in the box for him.
3 minutes remaining here in the second period. Skaneateles going to have a little power play to look to increase their lead. Face off in front of Shermer is going to be won by Baldwinsville. First one there is going to be Skaneateles, however, as they look to battle for it on the far side corner. As coming up with it is going to be Keegan Lynch and flinging it all the way down the zone. And Lowe's now going to handle it behind his own net.
Nice way to kind of end the period potentially here for the Lakers, right? Power play will end right before the 1 minute remaining mark, but certainly a way to fully grab the momentum here heading to the home stretch of the game.
Buff entering the left side of the Baldwinsville zone and throws it in deep. But a Baldwinsville defender going to try to glance it out, but not going to go too far, so Skaneateles is not going to handle. They're going to set up their power play. It's going to go up top to McGowan. Curran McGowan passes to Buff. Buff handles it down low in the corner. He tried to get a pass across, but was not able to, but that puck did get to Gaglione up top. He's going to leave it for McGowan. Back to Gaglione. He's going to take a long shot. It's going to be saved away by Shermer and deflected into the corner. Skaneateles going to go back to work here with Curran McGowan. He's going to leave it there for Gaglione. Gaglione is going to take another shot. It's going to be swallowed away by Shermer, bounced off his pad, and thrown all the way down the ice by his defender to get a line change for both teams.
I like what Skaneateles has done, because there's been certain situations there where they've left the puck and Baldwinsville struggled to keep it in front of the net.
As pen defender Stevenson had a nice play to steal that puck away, and he took a shot. It was almost put in on the rebound by Siapa, but Skaneateles is going to go the other way with Morrissey. Morrissey entering the left side zone. He leaves it there for a teammate. He takes his shot. It deflects off the side of the net and goes into the corner, and now Skaneateles will now handle in their offensive zone. He leaves it up top for Krieger. Krieger gets a pass to his defenseman, who then kicks a nice little circle play for Renaud. Renaud is going to enter the left side. He's going to hold with it now below the net. He looked to force a pass in front, but that deflected away, and he got it back. Renaud leaves it up top for Krieger at the point. Krieger going to leave it for Major. Back to Krieger up top. Krieger going to make a nice move on his player. He's going to drive in and take a shot, and it looks to just glance off wide as the penalty is just expiring here. We'll go back to 5-on-5. But Major now going to hold it. Leave it back for Krieger. Krieger's long shot. It's going to be saved away by the chest of John Shermer. We're going to have a whistle.
Krieger's done a really great job trying to create his own opportunities, especially here in the second period as it's gone on. And although maybe the scoreboard doesn't quite deflect at this point, now you're starting to see the shots on goal stat really tilt to the favor of Lakers at this point. We're now at 20-9. I mean, coming into the quarter, it was much a closer ratio and margin than that. So Skaneateles now creating even more opportunities than they have been, forcing the hand of Baldwinsville in front of the net.
59.2 seconds remaining in the second period. Face-off one away by Skaneateles. They're going to start up top as a point shot's going to be taken and looks to be almost swallowed up by Shermer, but they're going to fight for it in front as both teams now fighting for it. Major looked to get a stick on that one, but he's going to get it now behind the net as Skaneateles looks to set up here on the offensive possession. That shot it's going to be taken by the bad angle and go wide. Both teams now fighting for it in the near side corner. Puck's going to glance off the boards of a Bees player into the neutral zone. 29 seconds remaining in the second period. Puck's going to be flicked up behind Shermer. First one back there going to be a Baldwinsville player. That's Treichler, their lone goal scorer for the Bees, as he's now fighting for it. And it's going to bounce off to a teammate into the neutral zone where Skaneateles is going to handle. Back to Renaud on the stick of him. He's going to on the left side, take a long shot. That's going to be gloved away by Shermer here. Whistled. 9.4 seconds remaining in the second period.
Shermer kind of like Eric Hosmer playing first base right there, just kind of swiped the puck out of midair. Now here's key thing, Skaneateles equally for Baldwinsville here. 9.4 to go in the period. You have one last opportunity here in the zone. What can you do with it? Can you get it right in front of the net and create an opportunity?
As I said, 9.4 seconds in the second period here. Face off in front of Shermer. Both teams fighting for it on the near side boards. That puck's going to glance off into the neutral zone as both teams looking to just end the period here. 3-1 your score in favor of the Lakers here over the Bees. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second period intermission report sponsored by DeSanto Propane here on FingerLakes1.com.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, celebrating 25 years in the Finger Lakes with locations at 22 Main Street in Waterloo, 40 Exchange Street in Geneva, and Del Lago Resort and Casino. Dine in, take out, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Get the insurance you need from the people you know at Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. The Finger Lakes Insurance Agency for your home, auto, or business with locations in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Get a no-obligation quote today at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Ferrara Lumber has been locally owned for 3 generations and is more than just a lumber and building supplier. Stop in on Bayard Street in Seneca Falls to browse their full selection of power tools, hardware, lawn and garden, painting, and plumbing supplies, and talk to their experienced staff when planning your next home improvement project. Brad Van Dusen Photography is a full-service photographer serving the Finger Lakes region, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits. Also specializing in sports photos, collages, banners, and other keepsakes for your student athlete. For more information, visit bvdphotography.com. It's a wonderful run 5K. It's a winter run like no other through the streets of Seneca Falls, the town that inspired Frank Capra's holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Learn more and register at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. And FingerLakes1.com, digital marketing, website development, hosting, multimedia production, and home of the most popular website and mobile app in the Finger Lakes. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with dedication to our local communities. Whether you're looking for checking, savings, a mortgage, home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need. Visit us at mygenbank.com. Generations Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Back to the game.
Welcome to the second period DeSanto Propane intermission report here at the Skaneateles YMCA. The hometown Skaneateles Lakers up 3-1 over the visiting Baldwinsville Bees. Shots in that period 15-4 in favor of the Lakers for a 2-period total of 23. 9 shots in total for the Beeville Bees. Lopsided in terms of shots and a 1-1 score goal summary in favor of either team with a tie in that second period.
Yeah, but certainly can kind of feel the momentum certainly shifting as the period kind of wore on. Skaneateles having the control on that. Obviously, the goals tell the story of, all right, sure, yeah, score was tied that period. Baldwinsville kept it within that 2-goal differential. But as you mentioned, Nate, I mean, that shot on goal is just the way it exploded for the Lakers that period, creating their own opportunities closer and closer to the net. The Lakers did a phenomenal job down low in front of the net. You have to give a lot of credit to Shermer for Baldwinsville. We talked a little bit during the commercial break. And, to me, Baldwinsville left a lot of pucks free right in front of the net after the first shot went up. And it was always just a inch or so away from Shermer being able to fully get out there and cover it up. Right, he was full-fledged spread eagle out on the ice trying to grab it. And just the way the scrums were, I mean, the Bees extremely lucky that Skaneateles was not able to get and find a stick to at least try and poke it back into the net or towards the net in that situation.
Yes, of course, Shermer with only letting up 1 goal in that period for 14 saves on 15 shots. Looking at his season totals, he's 8-1-1 on the year, 1.42 goals against average, 933 save percentage. Just outstanding numbers for John Shermer, the sophomore goaltender, for the Bees. And he's living up to his statistics tonight. He's been very sharp, 20 saves on 23 shots.
Yeah, I mean, the goaltending in general has been really outstanding. Both him and Chad Lowe for Skaneateles playing on their heads. Extremely great job by both. They've been playing a high-Q brand of hockey, in my opinion, right? I mentioned Shermer, right? Full-fledged try and spread eagle. At least get on top of the puck to at least force a face-off or something for them, right? And then something you brought up that I thought very true and very well. Lowe does a really great job whenever the puck gets cleared down or a puck gets even remotely near to him. He's not afraid to go out, get it, and pass. He's an extremely great passer as a netminder, being able to more or less start the play and get it going on offense for the Lakers.
Yeah, and it's so big on especially on the power play when you have goalies able to do that. It's almost like you have a sixth guy out there. You know, when the puck gets glanced all the way down to your net, you're able to have Lowe get out there and start that breakout automatically. No time gets really taken off the clock, so unbelievable attempt. The one goal he did let in, it was a little bit of a tricky opportunity. Yeah. Puck came flying out of the corner right onto the stick of Treichler. He was able to deposit that one. So Treichler, the lone goal scorer for the Bees. Renault's got 2 for Skaneateles, and Henry Major has the other for Skaneateles. That's the telltale of their 3-1 lead in this game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Baldwinsville goal. Let's go back to that one for a quick second first. Obviously, you mentioned it was a tough one to get if you're low in that case, right? Obviously, Treichler's will get credited with the goal, but really the first shot came off the stick of Braden Evans, slapped it in from, you know, it wasn't a super great angle, but again, not terrible by any means. And Skaneateles did a really great job. They're forcing Treichler to kind of push closer and closer to the corner. It just so happened that timing was perfectly right. Puck just was able to find the stick and glanced on in at that point off of Treichler and found itself in. Now Skaneateles goal with Major. You know, I mentioned during that period, and Major's done a really great job with the stick, being able to time it right, get a puck action on it, and get it in. He does a really great job keeping the defense on their toes. You don't know if he's going to pass it, know if he's going to shoot it. The way he's able to keep the blade of the stick down low enough, kind of de facto covers up the puck from some angles, and able to fire it on in. And he was able to defeat Shermer. Shermer's only really blemish in my mind that period.
Major is just quite a historic name here in Skaneateles. You have Henry Major here, the senior forward. You have the coach, Mitch Major. I believe that a player graduating, Charlie Major. You know, I played hockey not too far away from here in Geneva, and Major is an oftentimes name I hear in the town of Skaneateles. So kudos to that family for being just incredible hockey players and great people as well, as I've gotten a chance to interact with a lot of them over my years of playing hockey.
Yeah, clearly for Henry, right? The apple wasn't too far from the tree. Done a really excellent job. You know, the couple games we've been able to come over here and do. You know, I mentioned in that game against Oswego, was doing a lot of the work from behind the net, right, of the goaltender, kind of calling and running the plays, acting as if the ice general out there almost, right?
Yep.
Calling the action, directing what to do. And today, he's been more outside, more out front, and he's seen a lot of the action coming from slap shot opportunities. He's done a really great job running and filling the gaps and lanes really well on offense. A couple times in Alasi, probably the Lakers have missed him, kind of slapping the stick, trying to get some attention called his way. And luckily, you know, really, maybe not luckily for him, right? But he's done a really great job creating his own opportunities again tonight, like in my mind he did against Oswego as well last week.
For sure, and as the Zamboni just about wraps up here, let's take a second to shout out these girls again. As we did it once before in the pregame. We heard the PA announcer do it. They're in second period. The Skaneateles girls hockey team, for the 3rd time in program history, they're state champions. On Sunday, they were able to defeat Franklin Academy 3-1 to take home, like I said, their 3rd of the program history. Pretty incredible feat. Boys looking to do the same on the other side, but shout out to the girls, the varsity hockey team, able to take home states.
Yeah, job well done to them. You know, obviously you mentioned title town, and look, this Oswego athletic, or forgive me, the Skaneateles program. I got Oswego on the brain there from talking about from Henry Major, but look, the Skaneateles athletic program as a whole, really great job to them. Soccer, they were really running the gauntlet as well this past fall. Boys able to come away with a state championship on that end for the soccer. And then on basketball side of things as well, they're having a phenomenal year there. So the Laker program really in just tremendous hands, and sky's the limit for this program. I can't say I necessarily blame them run with the moniker of Titletown at this point.
Aptly named for sure, Paul. And as the players are getting ready to get down to the ice, we got a clean sheet. Looking forward here to the 3rd period. We are going to take a quick break here on FingerLakes1.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the rest of the 2nd period DeSanto Propane intermission report, as well as 3rd period action here on FingerLakes1.com.
DeSanto, DeSanto.
Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. That's 80 years that DeSanto Propane has been servicing the community. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business, which is why everyone recommends DeSanto Propane. Choose DeSanto today and see why for 80 years DeSanto Propane has been heating the community with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com or call toll-free 1-800-752-4574 and like DeSanto Propane on Facebook for more tips and info today. DeSanto is celebrating 80 years, and there's never been a better time to switch to propane to fuel your entire house. DeSanto. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Welcome back to the Skaneateles YMCA here as we're just going to wrap up the second period. DeSanto Propane intermission report. Just about 30 seconds remaining as the players are warming up here for the third period. 3-1 lead in favor of the home Skaneateles Lakers.
Yeah, flip ice here for the last time. Really intrigued. Shout out, we haven't mentioned it all night, but shout out to the Skaneateles fan section, specifically that student section. They've been rowdy all night. And a little credit as well to Baldwinsville. They traveled pretty well down here. It's pretty much about as close to 100% in my mind as they probably have been all year collectively, due to whether it's the pandemic or just timing of things. But certainly a nice lively crowd here at the Allen Arena at the YMCA.
Loud, proud, and positive. Those are the 3 key words in high school sports and something you always love to see.
Whatever you say, Nate. Whatever you say.
As we're just getting ready for puck drop here. 3-1 score, shots in favor of Skaneateles, 23-9 over the visiting Bees as we're just getting some starters here on the ice. So we're going to get ready to go for some third period action here at the Allen Arena.
So for me, third period, if you're Skaneateles, I think just keeping the puck down low right in front of the net. One of them is bound to find its way in. As good as Schirmer's kind of been with kind of keeping them at bay down there in those situations, one of them is going to find its way in. That's just the way hockey usually works.
Gilmore and Krieger to take the draw here. Skaneateles left to right, Baldwinsville right to left, and that face-off is going to be won by Krieger back all the way into his own zone. Back first is Falkenberg for Skaneateles as he'll look to recoil. He's going to leave that one across for Renault. It's going to go too far to Major. Major's now going to handle it and leave out of his zone. He's going to get that one up to his line mate there, Krieger. So he'll enter the left side and go into the offensive zone. Krieger going to make a nice move around his defenseman. Look to take it right to the net. It's going to get deflected away. As now Baldwinsville is going to head up ice into the neutral zone. Pass up all the way up to number 24, Matt Fawaz, as he's going to enter the zone. Fawaz is going to get that puck stolen away as Krieger's now going to have it and look to get out to the neutral zone. Krieger now makes a nice pass as they're going to have a 3-on-1 opportunity with Torrey. Torrey pass in front. It's just going to go wide off the stick from Major. Torrey looked to set him up nicely, but Torrey's going to get out to Renault. Renault's going to take a long shot. That's going to be blocked away into the neutral zone area as Baldwinsville's looking to get a change. Torrey had a nice setup to Major on the doorstep, just wasn't able to finish.
Just about had it in.
As going the other way now and stolen away by Keegan Lynch for Baldwinsville as he looks to wrap up through the neutral zone. Lynch now still with it. He leaves it there for his line mate. That puck gets stolen away, and Skaneateles is now going to take it down to the neutral zone with Torrey. Torrey's going to leave that one for Weeks and go to the bench. Weeks now battling with it down low with a few Baldwinsville players. That puck's going to be glanced all the way to the point now, and it's going to be bounced into the neutral zone. Baldwinsville looking to go the other way with Penafender Stevenson. Penafender Stevenson tries to leave it down low, but it's going to be stolen by Gaglione as he's going to recoil around his net. Gaglione's pass got deflected. It was off the stick of Jack Weeks. Weeks left it up top for Corbett. Corbett's going to enter the offensive zone on the left side and throw that one in deep and go chase after it himself. Corbett's going to fight with a couple players for Baldwinsville as Carner is going to add up with it now for Baldwinsville. It's going to glance into the neutral zone and bounce to the stick of Weeks. Weeks now going to enter the zone. He's going to try to leave it there for Corbett. Corbett's going to get that puck stolen away. As they tried to leave it out of the zone there, that was off the stick of Garrett Church, but it's not going to go far enough. They're still going to have to battle in their own zone. As Baldwinsville tries to clear the zone, and they will, but Skaneateles is just going to turn around and throw it back in behind their net, and they're going to have to start again here behind their own goal.
Laker intensity certainly up to start this third period as we're now about 2 minutes and 20 seconds into it.
As getting him with some speed as the Baldwinsville players, he cuts into the front, tries to throw a bad angle shot, it just gets saved away and deflected away. Nice play, I believe, that came off the stick of Reese Gilmore with a lot of speed there. as a Skaneateles pass through the neutral zone is not caught, but it did deflect, so no icing going to be called. Baldwinsville back there first now.
First and foremost, shout out to Chavo on that initial save.
As both teams are going to fight for the neutral zone. Renault going to be the first one there. He's going to blast it into the zone. First one there is going to be Major for Skaneateles. Major leaves it out in front. Nice save there by the goaltender for Baldwinsville. Major's going to take another shot. That's going to go wide. As Torrey almost set up Major there. He's going to leave it up top for Renault. Renault takes the shot. That one gets blocked away, but he steals it back from the Baldwinsville player and throws it in deep. Fighting for it now is Krieger and Major. Major gets hit into the boards behind the net. As coming out of the right side goal mouth now looks to be Treichler. As he tried to leave it there, but it's going to deflect up to Sutton. Sutton's going to take a long shot. It's going to get deflected away. As now Sutton's going to still handle it. He's going to try to leave it out front. That puck got deflected in behind the goal. First one there going to be Baldwinsville as they're going to fight for it down in the near side corner. Both teams now working down low to try to gain possession. It's going to be one out there by Skaneateles as they're going to try to break it out of their own zone off the right side. Puck's going to be kept in by Sutton into the offensive zone. It's going to be battled there. A few players looking for to gain possession here in the near side corner. Refs urging them to move it, but they got it pinned up pretty good in the corner. Still fighting for possession. It's going to be taken away now by Skaneateles as they're going to head out the left side of their goal. It's out of their defensive zone and through the neutral zone area. That puck's going to be battled and blocked away off the stick of, I believe, of Blowers out of bounds into the penalty box area.
That Skaneateles attacked there the first 4 minutes of this period. Just as I mentioned, right? I mean, they almost had a couple different opportunities there, and I tell you, one of those times the puck was going to find its way across the goal line and get in there. Henry Major, more or less the one commanding that charge up front.
12:50 remaining in the third period as Skaneateles now going to try to set up into the neutral zone, but Baldwinsville is going to steal that one, throw it all the way down the ice. It's going to be icing. Help FingerLakes1.com bring you more great live local sports coverage by becoming a supporter at patreon.com/FL1.
Thank the people who are already supporting us via Patreon. Thank them for their support.
12:42 remaining. Face off here in front of Shermer. It's going to be won by Skaneateles, but bounce into the neutral zone. They'll have to start over with Morrissey. That puck's going to be flicked into the zone. It's going to go past the goaltender and recovered there by Baldwinsville. They're going to set up their defensive output there, and that puck gets bounced off the stick of Keegan Lynch into the neutral zone. Only too far for the Skaneateles defenders. They're going to try to break into the zone now. Puck halted up at the blue line. It's going to bounce back. So I believe that's Buff as he's going to try to make a pass to Blowers. It's going to go too far all the way down the ice. It's going to be an icing call.
Yeah, Whistle came in there just to make a time for Baldwinsville. Corbett was down there and about to field the puck, and icing came just with about, probably take a second before Skaneateles was probably able to set something up there on offense.
12:08 remaining in the third period. Still a 3-1 lead for home Skaneateles. Krieger going to take the draw for the Lakers.
2 shots on goal so far in this period for each team.
Krieger looked to win that face-off, and it went right into the glove of Chad Lowe.
Make that 2 for 3.
It's almost like it went off the stick of Krieger, though. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it was really weird. Usually I only see something like that in like playing NHL online or something like that.
They're going to try it again, though. Krieger's going to win it again. Well, maybe not again, but as both teams are now going to fight for it in the near corner. Perhaps urging them to move it again, but they have it pinned. Coming out with that puck now is Gilmore for Baldwinsville as they look to set it up. He's going to take a pass out to the defenseman. It's going to go in front of Gilmore. He's going to put that one away on the far right doorstep. Looked like he got the pass from Siab out front, and Gilmore puts that one away to make this a 3-2 game.
No, I don't know if it was exactly planned on Gilmore there falling down, but excellent job by him if it was not planned. Just hanging with it, keeping tough, and finding the right angle to beat Lowe.
Reese Gilmore able to put that one away, his 10th goal of the season for number 14. And it's a 3-2 ball game, 11:42 remaining. Skaneateles is going to win that face-off now in their own zone as they look to set up an offensive possession. Momentum swinging a little bit to the Baldwinsville side as they're all up on the bench watching.
That's what I'm about to say. It definitely feels like a different game now all of a sudden.
As Skaneateles tried to get an opportunity, but Baldwinsville stole that one away. They're going to head up the right side. That looks to be Cole Schuyler, or excuse me, Penna Stevenson breaking in on the right side. He's just going to have to throw that one deep, though, and assume his defensive position. As now the puck's going to bound down to Buff. Buff now with it. He's going to leave it there for his defensive partner coming out the right side of their defensive area. As it's now going to be bounced up forward here to Corbett. Corbett's going to enter the zone on the right side. He's going to have his pocket picked by Keegan Lynch. And Lynch is going to recoil now with it behind the net as they look to set up their defensive breakout. As the puck's going to bounce into the neutral zone now with Morrissey. He's going to look to get it in deep, and they will do that. As it's going to bounce now, Baldwinsville going to have an opportunity to break it out. The puck here, Skaneateles is changing. As now they slide it in deep, and Lowe's going to have to go back and get that and leave it there. Baldwinsville will now change, so Skaneateles will be able to break out. As the puck's going to, they're taking a long shot from the top of the point there by Siapa. It's going to be stolen away by Lowe. Nice save by Lowe. It almost was a tie game there. As now they're going to fight with it down low and bounce to the point, but it's going to be thrown back in off the stick of a defender. And it's going to be now both teams fighting to gain possession here in the near side corner. Looked like Siapa tried to throw that one in front, but it deflected off a player and into the glove of Lowe. And you can hear that possession here for Baldwinsville as they get some momentum going here.
Yeah, both sides of the stands here cheering both squads on, their respective crowds. Baldwinsville all of a sudden taking control in the attacking zone for them. Something we haven't really seen all night from the Bees, so a bit of an interesting shift in the momentum, as you mentioned.
10:08 remaining. Face-off in front of Lowe. In fact, Skaneateles is going to get one more change. Gaglione going to take the draw in front of his netminder Lowe to his left. Never mind, Gaglione's going to get kicked out. Corbett's going to have to come take it. Corbett did win that draw, but Skaneateles Baldwinsville going to come up with it, and a quick shot off the draw there is patted away by Lowe. As they're testing him here early. Shot taken from the point by number 13 of Baldwinsville is going to be deflected away by the goaltender. And he's now going to keep it away here now, as it's going to be stolen away by Weeks. As Weeks enters the right side of the Baldwinsville end, looks to get a shot on goal. That one gets deflected away. I believe it went out of play. We're going to have a whistle.
Yeah, excellent job there by Chad Lowe down on those face-offs. He's done a really great job all night. You know, we mentioned, especially in the third, where Baldwinsville was kind of taking the shots right off the bat on the face-off, keeping us on a swivel. Obviously, on the most recent one, not quite the case there, but still one pass off of the face-off and shot on goal. Chad's just, again, doing an exquisite job down there for him. As
Krieger's going to take and lose that draw, and Baldwinsville's now going to come up with it. Krieger doing a nice job of working down low as he holds it now below the goal line. Krieger now off the left side to leave it up top for Falkenberg. Falkenberg passes to his defender. He takes a long shot. That's saved away. As now Skaneateles is going to handle it now and leave it up front, but they're going to intercept that pass. Baldwinsville will and leave it out, but Renault makes a nice move in the neutral zone to hold it. Stolen away again by Baldwinsville. And stolen away by Renault, and that puck looked to hit off the referee, but we're still going to keep playing on here.
Yeah, both refs have taken hits here the past couple minutes off of various puck deflections and stuff like that, and they're keeping going, so good to see.
Nice little move by Krieger through the neutral zone to get that puck in deep. As both teams now going to fight for the near side right corner. As it's going to be taken off the stick of Garrett Church. He's going to look to send that one out of play, and he does. As nice hits taken and knocks his stick out of play. As look to the number 24 Fawaz for Baldwinsville. Almost had an opportunity there, but he got his stick knocked out of his hands.
That will take the one kick pass.
Torrey's now going to have it for Skaneateles. He's going to be almost knocked over as Penna Stevenson comes in to pick up that loose puck. 8:36 remaining in the third period. Penna Stevenson now with it, crossing the red line. He'll enter the zone and throw it in deep. First one's back to me, Renault. For Skaneateles, as he's going to try to get that one to Blowers. Blowers going to have to fight for it now in the near side corner. As that puck's going to bounce out all the way to the other side of their zone. First one there going to be McGowan for Skaneateles, as they're going to look to break out that puck. Puck's going to go into the neutral zone here. Renault's got to be careful to get it too many men penalty here. He won't. As nice play there by him. As Keegan Lynch tried to make a couple fancy moves, but he'll get that puck stolen away as Blowers goes up the left side and Skaneateles has numbers. Blowers cuts into the middle. He's going to fumble that puck a little bit and hold it now with it in the right side. He's going to throw it down now into the zone as both teams fighting for it now on the far side corner. Coming out with it is Gaglione. He's going to try to make a move to the net. He's going to be knocked down and And the puck's going to glance now back behind the net. First one back there going to be Sutton for Baldwinsville rather, and they're going to go up the neutral zone, entering the right side. That's going to be Gilmore, or Siapa now with it, excuse me, as he's going to throw a bad angle shot. That one's going to be gloved away by Lowe, and we're going to have a face-off right in front of Lowe to his left.
Officially at the over the halfway mark now in this period, 7:25 remaining. What a start of this period. It's really set up to be a nice thrilling conclusion here in Skaneateles.
1-goal game is what you can ask for a good hockey game, right? As they're going to have a face-off here to the left of Lowe. Gaglione going to take that one for Canandaigua, or for Skaneateles rather. Canandaigua on the brain from last night, Paul.
Yes.
We saw a great girls basketball game there last night here on FingerLakes1.com.
And we have both players getting swapped down the face-off here after violations.
As winning that face-off is the Baldwinsville player. He got a shot on goal. It was patted away by Lowe. As it's going to bounce all the way to the other side, and they're going to be able to break that one out. That's going to bounce off the stick of, I believe it was Torrey, and go all the way down the net. As Gilmore's now going to handle it now, or Siapa rather, as he's going to get a nice pass in front. That one almost off the stick of Gilmore. He almost had an opportunity to walk in on goal. But the puck's just going to be rattled around down behind the Skaneateles netminder. 6:53 remaining. Skaneateles looking to get their breakout going here. That puck's going to be stolen away, but it's going to go right back to Buff as he's going to handle now in his own zone. Buff circulating back, looking to start the defensive possession. As that puck bounces all the way up to the blue line, but it just doesn't get too far for that, and they're going to have to start over now with, I believe, Renault throwing it in on goal, throwing it in to the zone, however. But Baldwinsville is going to start their breakout. Krieger almost had a nice steal opportunity. That puck's going to trickle all the way down the ice. They're going to have to start over with Falkenberg behind the Skaneateles net. He's going to leave it up for Renault on the right side. Renault's going to go through the neutral zone, look to enter the offensive zone. He's going to be knocked over.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's going to be a penalty as he looked to trip him up a little bit.
Good. Luckily, Renault looks like he's all right. Helmet popped off a little bit. As looks like it's Braden Evans going to the bin this time by his own choice, as we'll call it. As he was earlier served the too many men on ice penalty. It's time to give him though for here. It's the Baldwinsville bench pretty well heated over it.
So Skaneateles can head of the power play here. 6:11 left. They're going for 2 minutes. That's Krieger to take the face-off. Krieger wins that draw. But Baldwinsville's going to come up with it and flick it all the way down the ice. They're going to have to start over here with Renault back first. Renault now behind his goal, looking to set up his offense. He leaves the right side of his goal mouth, and Renault leaves that pass up the right side of Krieger, gets it back to Renault. Renault over the red line and into the offensive zone. I believe that was Major who tried to deflect it down to Torrey. Torrey's now going to fight with it, but Baldwinsville's going to come up with that puck and sweep it all the way down the ice, low out to handle it for Skaneateles.
Puck able to stay out of the bench somehow, and that one avoid a possible delay of game penalty.
As Renault's going to head up the right side and enter the offensive zone for Skaneateles. He stops. He leaves it there for Krieger up top. Krieger's pass all on the other side. I believe that's Major on the far side. He'll leave it back up top for Krieger. Krieger thought about a shot. He leaves it for Renault. Slap shot taken, saved by the goaltender. As a nice shot was taken off the stick of Luke Renault. He's going to have that puck back to Krieger up top. Krieger now holding. Krieger now holding back to Renault. Renault thought about a one-timer. He took a delayed shot, almost deflected out in front, and almost got a stick on it. But Baldwinsville was able to and get that puck into the neutral zone. Couple great opportunities for Renault there, Roos.
Great hustle by him there, too. In on the ice there, Sharm, and almost made it.
As the puck's going to be glanced into the offensive zone. Skaneateles looking to work here with 40 seconds remaining on their power play. Puck's going to be bounced out to the point. It's not going to be handled by Renault at the top. He's going to leave it for Krieger at the top of the point. Krieger and Renault playing catch with it, switching positions. As they're going to leave it, he's going to leave it up top for Major. Major back down to Renault. He's going to take a shot. It's just going to go wide. He's looking to deflect that one in front. Is now holding up top is Major. Major going to leave it for Renault. Renault far side thought about a shot. He's going to recoil back and leave that one for Major, and they're going to assume back to their original position. As Major's going to take a bad angle shot. That one's going to go wide. Back up to the top to Renault and Krieger as they hold with it now. 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Krieger takes a shot through traffic. That one got deflected wide. Back to even strength here with 4:11 remaining. Now I believe that's Corbett down low as he leaves it for Renault up top. Renault took a shot. That one gloved away by the goaltender, Shermer.
Big 2 minutes there for Baldwinsville, able to kill off the penalty. Then another nice big stop there on the shot by Shermer. 4:04 to go. Does Baldwinsville have enough momentum on their side still to make it down ice? Get another shot on goal at least.
Paul, buckle your seatbelts. We're going to see some good hockey here in this next 4 minutes.
I'm going to stand up for this ride, to be completely honest with you.
I'm going to do the same. As that faceoff's going to be won back to Morrissey. Morrissey's going to take his shot. That one's blocked away by Shermer into the corner. Both teams now going to fight for it. Coming up now with it is Garrett Church for Baldwinsville as he looks to exit the zone. He's able to, but Gaglione's first one there for Skaneateles to retain that puck. Puck's going to be glanced into the neutral zone. Gaglione able to bat that one to his teammate, Corbett. Corbett tried to throw it into the zone. He flicked that one into the netting. We're going to have a whistle. 3:43 remaining.
Yeah, just mentioned the chippiness and the physicality throughout the game so far, and it's picked it back up again here in the past few minutes. Obviously with the power play there for Skaneateles, and then on the bench there just now closest to Baldwinsville on their side. So should be an interesting stretch here. Obviously the officials have had a couple faceoffs they had to get different players in for trying to jump it.
Krieger won that one back to McGowan, but they're going to have to fight for it on the near side blue line. Coming out with that one is Torrey. Torrey got it puck stolen away by Gilmore. Gilmore got it to his defensive partner as they're going to try to throw it into the goal, into the net, into the area there for Skaneateles as they're going to come up with it through the offensive possession. Torrey's going to try to throw it down low. Krieger going to be the first one there for Skaneateles. He's going to leave it up top there. Long shot's taken and fired away and saved away by Shermer. He got a good piece of that one and deflected away. 3:10 remaining. Both teams going to fight for it on the near side boards in the defensive zone for Baldwinsville. Coming up now with it through the zone is Baldwinsville as they look to go through the neutral zone and start on their attack. That looks to be Penefetter Stevenson. He got a little bit of hezzy hay on McGowan to get around his man there, but stolen away by Skaneateles. They're going to go through the neutral zone area.
Diving Renault with the skate save, a big hit.
And a big hit taken by number 25. I believe that's Jake Geip for Baldwinsville. That's certainly going to be a penalty as that puck was chipped around him, but he took a liberty to take down his man, and you can't do that. He doesn't have the puck.
And Skaneateles again here will be going on a power play. Pivotal moment as well, because Baldwinsville here is going to not be able to probably more likely pull their netminder out if they need to until 42 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, definitely an interesting time to step up and take that hit. Did not have the puck.
Henry Major absorbed that hit pretty well and popped right back up, ready to go, and we'll have a timeout on the ice.
Timeout taken by head coach Mark Lloyd of Baldwinsville, looking to draw up a little bit of opportunity here. 2:42 remaining. 3-2 your score in favor of the Lakers. 2-minute power play opportunity coming up here for Skaneateles to try to get home with a win in this last game of the regular season.
Yeah, it should be. Obviously, this is going to be a very pivotal 2:42 here. We talked a little bit during the intermissions, right, about the aspects of, you go into a little bit of these breaks going into sectionals, right? This is this opportunity here as a player, and really actually probably more importantly as a coach, you remind your players, don't let this get you phased one way or another in my mind. Keep yourself level-headed, keep yourself playing. Obviously, you're Skaneateles, right? This is pretty much, in my mind at this point, your game to lose in theory, because you'll have this 5-on-4 power play opportunity for 2 minutes. We have 2:42 on the game clock, right? But if you're Baldwinsville, you only have 42 seconds at that point to get yourself back on a man advantage, potentially. You're not going to be able to pull your goaltender the way the Skaneateles attack has been all day on the power play. At that point, the way the Skaneateles has been playing, especially with Chad Lowe in the net, it's going to be tough.
That's for sure, and like you said, going to be hard to get that goaltender out when you're down a man. But they're going to have to be offensive on their defensive shorthanded here. So Krieger going to take the face-off for Skaneateles right here in front of Shermer as both teams are getting loud and proud here. So the face-off's one back, and they'll look to set up their offensive possession here as that puck will go to Major. Major take a shot. It'll go wide as that puck got deflected in front now with Krieger. Krieger's going to try to get that one up top. Falkenberg just had a little bit of trouble handling it. We're going to have an offsides call.
Borderline close, too. He knew as soon as he touched it what was going to happen there, unfortunately. And if there's any solace, the puck will be obviously very close to the own attacking zone here. So
Krieger wins yet another draw back to Renault. He'll get it to Falkenberg down the left side as they look to enter that zone. First one there, however, going to be pen offender Stevenson for Baldwinsville as he breaks that one out of the zone. But Skaneateles turns around and throws that one into the zone as they look to start and get their offensive set up here as they both teams fight with it now on the near side corner.
A little bit of a jam session going on down there, about 4 guys total.
As it's 1 back up top for Falkenberg at the top of the point. Falkenberg thinks about a shot, leaves it for Henry Major. Major on the far side, leaves it back up to Falkenberg up top. He'll leave it for Major. Major will walk in on the left side, think about a shot, but recoil, however. Skaneateles looks content with bleeding some time off the clock here, as Major will now have it. He'll take a shot. That one will go in! Henry Major off the shot from the left side point. Glance gets by the goaltender, Shermer. Not sure if it was tipped in front, but however.
I was about to say, I'm not too sure if it will be for Major. It might be going to Torrey. But excellent job by the Lakers. Gives you the 2-goal advantage with very little time left on the clock.
Yep, Torrey looks like the first man back through the handshake line, so I'm guessing they'll give the goal to him. But the original shot taken off the stick of Henry Major opens up to a 4-2 lead with only 1:46 remaining in the third period. Huge goal for the Lakers.
Yeah, now this is pretty much all to play for if you're Baldwinsville. Certainly strap up the boots here and try and get something going quick.
There's 1:41 remaining here as they win that face-off. Baldwinsville does and go through the neutral zone as they look to set it up. Church tried to get his pass through, but that'll want to deflect to the Skaneateles player here in the defensive zone as they look to try to get a little breakout going here with 1:30 remaining. Torrey makes a nice move at the line, but that puck will get stolen away by a Baldwinsville player and thrown into the area here as stolen away now by Baldwinsville, but Skaneateles will get that puck back and head up through the right side. Looks like Torrey, the goal scorer here, he's going to enter down the right side. He'll take a shot. That one will go way over the net into the netting. We're going to have a face-off.
So I'm going to have to assume, Nate, I'll defer to you on this one because I enjoy asking this question of you. It's 1:10. I'm guessing Baldwinsville is going to try and get Shermer out of there about as quick as possible.
Yeah, you definitely need to win this draw and get possession if you want to get that goalie out. Being down 2, you'd like to get him out probably earlier than now, but you need, of course, with a face-off in your own zone, you need possession of the puck. You need to be on the other side to get that goaltender out. They'll be looking to win this face-off here.
Face-off right in front of the student section. They're making their voices heard.
As Krieger wins that one back to Corbett. Corbett tried a shot. It got blocked away as he's now going to pinch that one into the corner and go fight for it. As both teams fighting with it on the near wall. 1 minute remaining in the third period. 4-2 lead for Skaneateles. As that puck bounced in the neutral zone, Renault's going to steal that one and throw it down into the zone. Church going to be the first one there for Baldwinsville, but a fierce forecheck there for Skaneateles. Going to bleed some time off the clock as they got it trapped down low, and they've wasted a good amount of time here. Down to 40 seconds remaining in the third period. Puck finally kicked out, but Skaneateles is going to steal it away. And that puck's long shot. He's taken by Renault. Hey. Renault took a shot from the point through some traffic. Unfortunately for Shermer, he wasn't able to see that one. That one goes behind the net. And guess what? We'll see some hats here on the ice as that's the third goal of the night for Renault.
Well, they might need to have a bit of an arm to get over the netting here, but that you're right. Renault, get yourself a fresh hat, fresh new lid. Job well done, and more likely ice is here, barring a sporting miracle.
Up 35.9 remaining neutral zone face-off here after the goal. Luke Renault scores his third of the game. As that one's won now back for Baldwinsville as they look to try to pull off the impossible here as they work through the neutral zone. That one stolen by Gaglione and thrown back into the neutral zone area here as both teams fight for it with Blowers. Blowers tried to get that one in deep, but it deflected into the bench, and we're going to have a whistle. 19.1 seconds remaining in the third period. Sounding like Major got at least one assist on that play there. He's got a couple points on the score sheet tonight. Great game from Henry.
Goal with 2 assists, not too bad for number 9.
Faceoff's going to be won by Baldwinsville. They're going to handle now in their own zone as they look to push here with only 10 seconds remaining on the game clock. Puck's going to be glanced out in the neutral zone for Blowers. He'll leave it there for his defenseman as they look to just bleed out this clock here. And the buzzer is going to hit 0-5 victory for the Skaneateles Lakers as they pour over the bench to help go to their goaltender, Chad Lowe. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the Little John and Barbie Orthodontic Smiles with Styles postgame show here on FingerLakes1.com.
Di Santo, oh, 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 Di
DeSanto. Who cooks your holiday dinners, heats your hot tub, keeps that patio warm on a chilly night, grills all of your backyard barbecues, and heats your home? DeSanto Propane is always there for you. From the kitchen to the basement to the backyard, propane is a trusted, reliable energy source that is used year-round by more than 60 million Americans. And each day, more and more people choose DeSanto Propane for their home. For 80 years, DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com or call toll-free 1-800-752-4574 and like DeSanto Propane on Facebook for more tips and info today. DeSanto. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Welcome back to Little John and Barbie Orthodontic Smiles with Style postgame show. The hometown Lakers with a 5-2 win over the Baldwinsville Bees. Great game here played by both teams for sure. And let's go to our 3 stars of the game, Paul. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, third star, you have to go with Reese Gilmore for Baldwinsville, able to put the goal in for them to, at the moment it seemed like draw it close and swing all the momentum on their side there for a quick second. But no avail because in the end, second star going to Henry Major for Skaneateles, goal and a couple assists there in the third. And then first star in my mind pretty easy tonight with Luke Renault. Hat trick. Hattie did an excellent job on both sides of the ice and job well done to him. Well deserving of the first star in my opinion.
That's for sure, Paul. I agree with all those stars. As shots in that period were 11-8 in favor of Skaneateles for a 3-period total of 34. And 17 in total for the Bees, so double them up in shots. Great game played by both goaltenders. You look at John Shermer, 5 goals in this game on 34 shots, 29 saves. On the other side, Lowe with 15 saves on 17 shots. Great game played by both goaltenders.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to both of them. I mean, it's tough. Obviously, in hockey, you have to pick 3 stars. And to me, I think Chad Lowe would probably, again, be our 4th star if you're able to go that far. And Shermer certainly not far behind, so I have to give hats off, honorable mentions to them. They both did excellent jobs in the net all night, specifically Chad Lowe. I mean, a couple just tremendous shots he had to play on his head there right off the face-off. And in my mind, really did an excellent job, at least at that ice, kind of sealing that Laker victory down the stretch here in the third.
So for Skaneateles, they get their 19th win of the year, 19-1 through the regular season. That 10th game they've won in a row. They now get to sit for a little under a week as they await the 3rd round of the tournament, as on the 22nd they'll get to play their first game. On the other side for the Bees, 16-2-1 season for them. As they look, they get to wait for round 2. They'll get to play that game on 2/17. They wait to see who their opponent is. Just an outstanding play, an outstanding season for both teams. Just a streak at